Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. Today I'm sharing with you what is probably the last layout from my November counterfeit kit that I made. And I'm sorry I lost the footage where I shared the photos and the materials I was going to be working with. Most of these are from Woodland Grove, and there was a 12 by 12 sheet. I don't think I had the full 12 by 12 still, but it had this scallop design on it, and I decided to trim out these rows of scallops and kind of create a banner. The photos are of 9-year-old Emmy making homemade pizza for us, including the pizza dough. And so I felt like these scallops gave it sort of a cafe feel, and that's what I was thinking of when I trimmed these out. It took a little bit of time to trim them out, but that's fine. I like to sit and do that. It's enjoyable and relaxing to me. So here I'm just gluing those on. You can see on the left there that I have already trimmed my photos and put 3 of them on this white mat, and it leaves a little gap there, but I'm going to use that for an embellishment cluster. I'm using a dark gray cardstock for the background. You'll see in the still shots at the end, though, I don't know if I included this in the video part, but at the still shots at the end, I have trimmed the gray down and mounted it on a white frame. I just felt like it needed that. So I'm pulling some scraps here that I've cut various strips of. Most of them are 2 or over, just a little over, one's a little less. And then I took this scallop punch because I wanted to bring the scallops from the top down to the other end of the page. This is just a Fisker's, I believe, punch that I picked up at a yard sale for $2 or something like that. And I've used it quite a bit. I would love to find a larger scallop punch, but I do like this one. I have a tinier one too. So I get all that punched out to make a border at the bottom of the page, and I just take the scraps that I've chosen, this purple, the pink gingham, which again reminds me of a cafe, and the one with the gold photo frames on it there, and I layer them up and just kind of create a shelf for my photos. And I fiddled around a bit to decide how I wanted them. I wanted them more to the right than the left. I don't know why, that's just what I felt like doing. I didn't have a sketch or anything that I was going by. I had no plan when I started this page. I just pulled the things out and sat here and looked at them for a little bit and thought, okay, I'm going to trim out the scallops and then see what happens. And now I decide I want one more row of these scallops down at the bottom. So I don't have you watch me trim out the whole thing. There, I turned it off and we're back. So here's about where my photos are gonna go. And I'm sorry you can't see the bottom of this right now. Sometimes my camera in the holder that I have for my phone, sometimes it just shifts a little bit, and I don't realize that unless I happen to look up and see what's on my phone screen, because I don't have any other way to see what I'm filming unless I look up at the phone, which is at a really odd angle. So I'm trimming these down a bit. I don't want them to be 12 by 12. I don't know how long this one is, probably 10.5 or so. That's my guess. And now here's what I'm gonna do with them. I have the black on top of the pink, and then that, actually it's not black, it's a dark gray, and then that is going to layer on top of the purple. And I want the pink a little longer than the purple. Every time I try to trim things with my scissors, I end up going back to my trimmer because I'm just not good at trimming a straight thing with my scissors. I watch people do that. I noticed yesterday, I was watching Janet Fritz, who's Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube, And she just trims around photos with her scissors, and it boggles my mind. So I try every once in a while, and then I realize it's just not worth it because I can't do it. So there, I have that settled. And now I'm tucking this other scallop piece underneath, which for some reason took quite a lot of time. I think I even cut some of it out. I just really had trouble getting that where I wanted it. And then once I got it where I wanted it, I had to lift it up to get some little bits of glue under there. I am using my new bottle of Nuvo. It's bigger than my last one, and the last one lasted a long time, so I think I'll have this one for quite a while. I finally used the end of my other one, and I'm working on using the end of my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. I'm getting pretty close, but I can't bear to throw it away till I've used almost all that glue, every bit that I can get out of there. We're coming up to the end of November here, which in the States is Thanksgiving. Actually, as I do this voiceover, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So I made a pumpkin pie this morning, and I need to do a little bit of cleaning, but I wanted to get this voiceover done. I had this layout done over a week ago, and I edited the video, but for some reason I couldn't get the photos for the still shots to upload, so I retook some this morning and finally got that together. So I'm doing the voiceover real quick before I do some cleaning before we get company tomorrow. Now, I wanted to call this page "This Girl Can Cook," but that was too many letters to figure out where to put, and do I have enough of them? So I put that part in my journaling, and I decided, you can see there, to call the page "Junior Chef." And these are stickers. The letters also were stickers that came from the Woodland Grove collection, which I believe is Maggie Holmes. And now I'm creating an embellishment cluster there in that white space underneath the photo of Emmy and me. And that was just a natural place to create a cluster. You'll also see in a minute that I pull out some chipboard, which I believe is from Dusty Attic. I bought it through, excuse me, some assemblage required. And I wanted it white, so I used some unicorn white pigment ink from Hero Arts. And I just stuck the chipboard down in it, let it dry a bit, stuck it in again. I don't know if I show that on camera or not, but it's not as good of coverage as paint would be, but I like it. It works for what I was going for. And I did use lots of these stickers, which I want to get these used up. Some I don't know that I will ever have a use for. I've tried the leopard or the jaguar on a couple things, and it just wasn't right. Maybe I'll put it on a zoo picture. The rhino, though, has flowers, like a flower wreath, so that's not very zoo-ish to me, so I don't know that I'll use the rhino. But I'm making headway on getting this used up. And in January, I'll be doing a month-long thing that focuses on scraps with MK and Janet and lots of other people. I don't know who all has signed up yet. But maybe I can get this sticker sheet used up during January. Coming up in December is wood grain in winter, so I'll be using lots of wood grain with some winter photos. Maybe some Christmas things, but not necessarily, just winter in general. And I'm going to go back and pull out some winter photos from my childhood. So here is the chipboard that I added. I was showing you, and I did my journaling, and now I decided, since there's gold in that frame paper, I want to add some more gold. So I take this Liquitex gold, and I put some on a block, an acrylic block, stamping block that I have, and just add a little bit of water, not very much at all. Excuse me. And I flick it on there. And it all goes pretty well until that gray area on the far right beneath the banner there. I flicked some there, but then I must have set my hand in it somehow and I smeared it. So in the still shots, you will see that I covered that up. And I also added some little word pieces: time together, life is better with you, you make me happy, and love makes a family. So that's what I've done. And the still shots are coming right away. I thank you for joining me today. I am thankful for my YouTube followers and subscribers, and I love sharing my scrapbooking with you, and I really appreciate your watching. And those of you who make comments, I really appreciate that too. I would love to hear from you, and I hope you get to scrap something soon. And if you celebrate, happy Thanksgiving. Bye.